Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Podcast in the Bathroom because my kids are sleeping. And today's topic is going to be self care for moms. Interesting how that we have no time for self care, but we're recommended to have a lot of self care, which is interesting, especially after multiple kids. That time gets chopped in half and then quarter, then you have nothing. By the time you have four kids, you have no time. I feel like that's what I see. Also, ignore the traffic noise in the background. You can still hear some beep beeps and horns and construction noises. While I sit in the bathroom, it's either this or my kids are crying, so take your pick. Anyways, let's start on self care for moms. So, that's something my therapist recommended. She said I should take out 5 minutes a day for self care, whether it's just sitting in silence or drinking a cup of coffee. I don't think my therapist has kids because otherwise she would never have said this. Like, have you ever seen a mom take 5 minutes on her own? You can't even take a shit on your own. I'm literally sitting in the bathroom recording a podcast right now because I can't do it in front of my kids. Because you're like, mama, 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 and then the other kid will be like, wah, 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 wah. And then somebody else will be like, come here, I need your help. And my husband would have lost something. And you know what? It's frustrating because you don't have even 5 minutes. And at this point, I'm just thinking, what was I doing before I had kids? How did I think that I didn't have free time when I didn't have kids? Was I staring at the walls? I was just standing there, like, what was I doing? I don't even remember at this point. Because now, I feel like I'm actually busy. How was I busy before this? How? Like, I cannot fathom what I was doing before this. Because now I don't have time at all. I don't have time to brush my hair. Like my kids, they look well kept, their hair brushed, they're fed, everything's done for them. But when I walk downstairs and everybody at home is looking at me, my hair looks like a cockatoo has taken a shit in it. Okay? And my clothes are there from last night's vomit and a little bit of piss from one of the kids. I don't know which one. Somebody. And there's vomit stains on me, maybe a food stain or two. I've dropped maybe something because I'm also a bit careless. My kids dropped something on me, my kids vomited on me, I don't know. Or maybe I'm even wet. I'm like half, my trouser is soaked because I tried to give my kid a bath and she thought it was a fun idea to just splash that water on me. I don't know why, because she knows I'm not going to be taking a bath for the next 3 hours. Because I have 10,000 things to do. Because if I start those 10,000 things after I've done a bath, there's no point of me taking a bath. Because by that time, I'm already stinking again. So yeah, self-care. Let's go back to that topic at hand. Because that is what I'm dealing with at this point. Especially, okay, so now we're almost at the 3-month mark for my second baby. And my first one's, like I said, 3. So now that I have this 3 years versus 3 months, it's a bit frustrating because the younger one is also waking up more, except she can't do jack shit. She can't even move around. She expects me to walk around with her because she thinks I'm her personal chauffeur around my own house. I can't even go to the bathroom without my other kid knocking at the door and going, Mama, hurry up, Mama, I also have to pee. Like, okay, dude, I asked you before I went to pee, but you still want to pee when I want to pee, which is ridiculous. My self-care is going to the bathroom on my own. I have ordered like these 20 masks I got from Daraz, which is like a online shopping site for those of you who don't know. And I have used one of those masks when my kids were sleeping. After I applied that mask, one of them woke up and started screaming because she thought Mama is a monster at this point, because I had this white mask on my face and yellow shit on my eyes, and she just thought it looks very scary. So that didn't help at all for the self-care. In fact, it made it worse because now I think I have wrinkles and dark circles, which is not helpful at all. I mean, before I was able to, I would soak my feet in hot water like once a week. I would go to the salon, I'd get my hair blow dried. I have barely gone to the salon for the last 6 months maybe. I haven't gone since 6 months. Yeah, and I used to be the kind of person who would go every once or at least once every 2 weeks. At least once every 2 weeks. I would be somebody like me. That's how I would go to the salon. I would get my hair done, I'd get a massage, I'd get a facial, I'd get a pedicure and a manicure. And that would be my self-care. At this point, my self-care is sitting down, eating a cup of noodles, crinkling a packet of crisps on top of it and then eating that. or even just watching TV or sitting on my phone and scrolling through it. So I feel like, yeah, self care changes when you become a mom. It doesn't stay the same. You know those funny TikToks of those mothers going like, oh, this is my skincare routine after I've had a baby, and they run to the bathroom to splash this water on their face, not even soap, and they go out. That's it. That is their skincare routine. I feel like at this point, this is my skincare routine as well. If if I am that lucky where I get to splash that water on myself. Otherwise, it's my kids splashing that water on me for me, which works. Either way, it works. At least I get the water on me at some point. So when they're sleeping, at least at night, my husband gets home at night. Again, ignore those horns in the back. Yeah. So my husband gets home at night. For those of you wondering, like, where's your husband at this point? Doesn't he help you? Yes, he's very helpful. He's very sweet. He will hold them when I have to go to the bathroom. He will take care of them. He'll change the diaper, whatever. But he comes at night. And by that time, I'm stinking. I'm exhausted. I've eaten very little food. And I live in a joint family. I'm not going to lie. I live in a joint family. And it's very helpful because some of them also, they help in holding the baby or something like that. But at the end of the day, when it's cleaning their poop or when it's feeding them or something like that, that's my responsibility. And I'm not going to pan it out to somebody else. If they offer, they're very sweet. They offer the whole time. But I'm sitting there going like, no, this is my responsibility. Mine. Because I'm crazy like that. Okay, I think at some point I also think I have ADHD because it's an issue. And I feel like that alone is another topic to discuss, like ADHD in moms. And I feel like it just gets worse as you become a mom, especially if you already had it before. Because I can hold a conversation. I'm literally sitting here talking to myself on a podcast. I can hold a conversation really long, but my topics will go from like 1 to B. Not from 1 to 2, 1 to B. Which is ridiculous because that's not how the alphabet or the numerical order works, right? But that is how my topics go. And it gets worse as you become a mom. So yeah, my self-care is sitting there. I used to be able to read books. I can't do that anymore. Self-care is sitting, washing my face, going to the bathroom, maybe even recording a podcast or two. Right now my mom's holding the baby who's crying and my other child, the older one, has gone with my sister. But yeah, this is my version of self-care, sitting here talking about my feelings or journaling and chronicling them as I'm putting it out for the internet to see, because I feel like every mom has been through this at some point or another. And it feels a bit less lonely to hear somebody else go like, oh, you know what, I have been through this as well, or I'm facing this situation, because you don't feel that bad about your situation. Anyways, thanks for listening. See you next time for podcast in the bathroom because my kids are sleeping. Bye.